Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here in the Fuzzy Biker Garage. It's February 10th, it's cold outside. We're going to kind of do a little bit of an update video, let you know what's going to be going on this week, this month, this year. We'll start with today. I'm supposed to meet with Colorado Mark. He sent me some pictures of his Royal Enfield Himalayan. That's just mind-blowing, the setup he's got going. It's got to be one of the best outfitted Himalayans out there, and if we're lucky, we'll be able to get some video of it. It's supposed to get like a 30 or 31 today, 32, something like that. So I'll bring my heavy coat and maybe we can ride it a little bit. That'll be fun. Another call I got was a fellow that lives down the road here a ways. Said he has an Indian and Harley Davidson collection, vintage bikes. I checked him out. Apparently it's quite the thing. We're supposed to meet with him tomorrow. That should be fun. We continue to plan for our Alaska trip. It's official. I've got a board on the wall now, so there we go. Just making routes and talking to people and watching videos and doing research. I've got a magazine called Milepost, I think, something like that, with all kinds of valuable information on there. The Himalayan, my Royal Enfield Himalayan, that's the bike I think I'm going to take for sure. It's not here. If you look around, you don't see it. It's over at Baxter Cycle right now. I drove it over there, ran some bikes to Colorado and back, and then it got cold, so it's going to sit there until it warms up. Maybe I'll get that. Maybe I'll get that in here today. Not sure. We'll continue planning on that. As far as my bike goes, one of the big questions I get asked all the time is tubeless tires or tube tires. The bike has tube tires. I would like to have tubeless tires, but I don't think it's a game changer or a deal breaker or anything like that. I think I can do just fine. Our route planning at this point is to try and stay on pavement just about as much as possible. I know it's an Alaska trip, but you know, my goal is I want to make the ride, you know, be able to say I rode to Alaska. I want to enjoy as much scenery as possible, and I want to meet as many good people, motorcycle people, as, you know, the camaraderie. Those are my three main goals, you know, the experience, the scenery, and then the people. That's my three main goals for that. I would like to camp as much as possible. Last year I camped over 30 nights. This year I'd like to double that if possible, maybe even more. Here's a rundown, a little bit of my camping gear. That bag right there, this one right here, has a tent, a sleeping bag, and a sleeping mattress in it. And that's what I used pretty much all last year. I used different sleeping mattresses at different times, including this sleeping mattress here towards the end. Pretty big, pretty bulky. I like the mattress. It was 3 inches thick. I went ahead and got one of these, which is 1.5 inches thick. And we'll see what ends up happening with that. Now, I would like all my gear to fit in, all my camping gear to fit in this bag instead of that bag. So I ordered a new tent. That's this thing right here. And I think I can get that in the bag. That is a sleeping mat right there. You know what? I'm not going to use that sleeping mat. I grabbed the wrong one. But that is a sleeping mat. I'll have one about that same size. And then a sleeping bag. Now I just ordered, it should be here in a couple days, one of those down sleeping bags, and it's supposed to be about the size of that tent, actually a little smaller. And I think I can get all that into this, let's see, what is that? A Rhino Walk bag. I want those Rhino Walk bags because I want them to fit on the bike down low. I was talking with Colorado Mark, and he said plan to put all your gear in the box and down low, leave the back seat empty. That way the bike is easier to get on and off, more usable, a little friendlier. I think that's a good idea. Just so you all know, I am a camping gear fanatic. You know, in this room alone, I've got 1, 2, 3, and then in that other room, another tent. I've got 4 tents. I've got probably a dozen sleeping bags, and God only knows how many of these sleeping mats. So, oh, here's my chair too, Moonlance chair. That chair worked remarkably well. I got that off Amazon for 30 bucks. Something hopefully coming up at the very beginning of March is, I hope I can pull this off, a trip to Puerto Rico, motorcycle trip to Puerto Rico. We think we have the motorcycles set up right now. We just have to work out some finer details, get some airline tickets, all that neat stuff. I used to live in Puerto Rico. I lived there for about a year. It is the most beautiful place. It's just, if you've ever been to Puerto Rico, you know what I'm talking about. It's rich in history. It was the first island, one of the first islands, I think it was the first island that European man actually set foot on. Quite an amazing place, and the people there are just fabulous people, fabulous people. We get back from that, we're working on a trip to Arizona, probably the end of March or the very beginning of April. That should be fun too, up in the mountains up that way. I think the town's called Bisbee. Bisbee, does that sound right? Wish me luck on that. We will continue to do bike deliveries. I think I've got a run up to Colorado, then I got one up to northern Iowa, something like that. So that should be fun. Another question I get asked a lot are the new bikes. When is the Gorilla coming out? The Royal Enfield Gorilla with a U. and the 650 Classic, both amazing motorcycles. We think, they just had a dealers meeting. I was just talking with the people at Baxter Cycle. They think it's going to be maybe June or July, so we'll see what happens there. You know, the minute they come out, we're going to get rides on them and have some fun with those things. And just to throw in, now is the time to buy a motorcycle, and Baxter delivers. Winter will end soon. We got a plan for that, you know. Other things I've got going on, I've got, so we talked about March and the very beginning of April. I've got some crazy ideas to go before. So our Alaska trip, the start date for that is June 21st in Marnie of this year. You meet in Marnie on June 21st, take off the next morning, we'll camp overnight or whatever. And I've got a whole bunch of trips planned from middle of April all the way until that date. So it should be fun. We're going to do a lot of miles. My Royal Enfield Himalayan Nomad has about 18,000 miles, just under that on it right now. And I have a feeling we're going to be over 30,000 before we head to Alaska. So got a lot of rides planned. It's going to be a good year, my friends. Now, if y'all are interested in a new or used Royal Enfield Triumph Classic British bike of any type, need parts, accessories, thingamajigs, doodads, boots, gloves, jackets, helmets, accessories, anything at all, get yourself over to the Baxter Cycle in the mighty mini-tropolis of Marnie, Iowa, or go to baxtercycle.com. Tell those fine folks that Fuzzy Biker, that's me, sent you. Hey, fire engine just went by. Hit like and subscribe. Get out and ride if the weather's nice where y'all are at. Life is good, my friend. Life is good. Wahoo!
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wahoo! 3.